Are you really going down there, Gary? Rather you than me.
So there we are. Let there be light. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Well, it will appear we've got a week of extreme weather. It was -1 this morning when I woke up. What's going on there? We've got some exciting news to share with you this week because we've managed to find an electrician who's potentially agreed to come up and have a look at the static caravan with a view to wiring it up. Of course, if that happens, that means we're going to be one step closer into moving into there and one step closer into moving out of here. Also this week, I've put a 1-minute clip together of an addition that I'd like to add into the channel on a weekly basis. You will need to stay tuned to see exactly what I mean. Right, without further ado, let's get this week started and I'll show you exactly how the week unfolded. See you at the end. So today we're having the static caravan connected with electricity. We've got Gary and we've got Nikki here doing it, and I'll just show you what they're up to. So this is our electric cable that runs underneath the new driveway all the way over to the static caravan. And then what they're doing today, they're going to drill a hole in this wall here. This is the back bedroom that's going to have the French doors, the one that we're using at the moment. This cable is going to go through the wall. Originally it was going to go up into the loft, through the loft space, down to the consumer unit, which is by the back door. But he's just told me just now that they're probably going to run it under the floorboards. So on this wall here, we're going to have a consumer unit and it's going to have a rocker switch so we can switch the electricity off to the caravan if we need to. Further along here, in this corner here, we're going to have a commando switch, and that's going to be your caravan plug-in socket. It's a round 3-pin socket for the caravan, and then that will just fit into this socket here. And then further along here, in this corner here, we'll be having a normal double outside socket, and that's going to be for the car, so I can plug the car in. So let's go in and see how the guys are getting on. So that's a consumer unit that we have in the little hall, which is opposite the utility room. Some of it's old and some of it's new. We will be having the whole house rewired once we start the renovations. But for now, they're just going to run the cable that's coming from the other side of the house for the static caravan into this consumer unit here. Whether they run it through the loft or under the floorboards, I think they're debating that at the moment, so we'll let you know. Well, coming back in the house, it looks like they might be running it under the floorboards. Right, let's just go into the back bedroom. Oh, I've never looked in here either. Why is it always messy under people's floorboards? I can actually smell damp down here. It does smell quite damp. Whether we've got a leak, I don't know. I might get a torch down there in a minute and have a look. So I guess they're going to be running it through the floorboards. They were actually going to run it from, this is the cable this side for the static. They were going to run it up this wall and through the loft. But I guess they're now going to run it. They've made the decision to run it through the floorboards, which is fair enough, as long as they can get through. This is the front bedroom, and once again, it looks like they're going to be running a cable through the floor here for the double socket, which is going on the outside of this wall. Yeah, I think the guys are out there now doing it. Yeah, that's the guys there. They're now doing. So Nikki's just said the job's going to be a 2-day job. Gary and Nikki are going to be working here today. They're going to be running that big thick cable from one end of the house to the other where the consumer unit is. Gary's unfortunately been elected to go underneath the floorboards, so we'll see how he gets on with that. Then tomorrow, Nicky's going to be coming back on his own and he's going to be wiring up both the consumer units, the one in the static caravan and the one in the house. Additional to that, he's going to be putting the commando switch on the outside of the house for the touring caravan. He's also going to be putting in that double socket so I can plug the car in when we eventually do move to the static. I'll be parking that side. And he'll also be putting in the main on-off switch for the main power switch for the static caravan that runs from the house to the static. And that is the plan so far. Okay, we've got some questions to be answered. Let's see what's going on this side of the house.
Right, so we're going to come up. That's the first one there, so it'll be the outdoor socket.
Okay, lovely.
So we've got up high enough so we'll come up just around floor level just to get through.
That's fine. So the outside socket's going to go here. Can you see the hole there? If you just point to it for me on the camera.
Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commando socket.
Oh, okay, lovely. That's going to go there.
And then the isolator for the starter caravan here. So
Fabulous.
just before, I just want to show you before we started.
No, that's great. Good. Happy with that, Noah?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Correct answer. So you're going to put... Oh, it's just come through.
Aye, so what will happen is, that's fine. We'll cut a 1 gun box there, then we'll poke the cable up from below and then poke it through, otherwise we won't be able to poke it through.
Okay.
Because all this plaster will be getting replaced.
Okay, and you're going to go down?
We're going to go down, yeah, we can poke, we can get right the way up there.
Okay.
We'll poke through.
All right, lovely.
Okay.
Thanks, Nicky. All right, Gary's off again. Like a ninja. Ninja warrior. Hi everyone, I'm just currently out with Abby and Nelson on my lunchtime walk. We're in a forest quite close to where we live. It's beautiful. Sunny day today, but a bit chilly. And I just wanted to take you along with me today because Noah's off on business. He's back at the end of the week and I'm on my own. Boo-hoo, but never mind, I don't mind it actually. But I did think maybe I'll take you guys along with me for a bit of company while I'm walking. And then I thought, well, maybe if I attach it to my cap, I can be hands-free from the dog. I won't let the dogs off at the moment because there's deers around and they've got the scent and they'll be off. But I thought if I can attach it to my cap and take you with me, why don't we just sort of have a weekly walk in different areas and a chat? And I can let you know different things about us, not too personal, of course, but, and tell you where we've come from, maybe how we met, what we're doing up in the Highlands, exactly. Things like that, really. So you can get to know us a bit better. Yeah, so I've just done one, actually. I've just done a chat with you. I haven't edited it. It's still on this camera, actually. I might edit it when I get home. But I'm going to put this short out and just ask you your opinion. What do you think? Should I carry on and we can do maybe 1 or 2 a week chats? You can ask questions. I'm quite happy to give you the answers. We're very transparent. But let me know what you think. Is that a good idea? Right, I'm going to go now because I'm nearly back at the car. So have a lovely day and yeah, I hope to hear from you. Just leave your comments below. Bye. Where's that cable going, Nicky?
So that was up to the board.
Right.
Aye. Yep. Right, I should have enough length there. I'll take a wee bit of mere. Right. Aye, so if you poke the 10 mil, just going to poke it right over. Aye. Yep. 2 seconds. Can I get a wee hand for you, please?
Yeah, sure.
You can just, if you can feed this into the gar engine, just make sure it doesn't get tangled up.
Yep.
Another room.
Okay.
Okay. Cheers. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Yeah. That's all of it now.
That should be plenty there, isn't it, Mickey?
Oh, you're coming back out again. How long have you been an electrician then?
Started my time in 2008, so I've been qualified for. Qualified for 14 years now.
Wow. You enjoy it though?
Yeah.
Good. It's the main thing, as long as you enjoy what you do.
I can't see myself doing anything else. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, I was going to film you coming out there. You got another one to do.
I'll be going back.
You got another one to do. Poor you. Never mind. Do you want a mask or anything? Sure.
For now.
Aye, all the tin rubbers.
Wow.
Aye. That's what it is underneath. And I noticed a couple of them.
Amazing.
It's actually done well to last so long, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously not been nibbled, apart from the bedroom which needs.
There will be bits that have been nibbled just because of where you live, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should put them here. Aye.
Brilliant.
So we're going to have to do judge what's on this one to go for the other side.
Yep, you'll poke it and go under there.
Well, I think we're going to have to rod it, eh?
Aye. Okay, that'll be fine.
And that cable is going to be running all the way to the consumer unit up here.
We'll just put a bit of trunking up there and just connect in temporary because this wall will be probably coming down or this chipboard will be coming off.
And where will you run it from here? Will it go along the wall here or go
No,
over the floor?
We'll drill a hole there and we'll put
Yeah.
a cable in, tape one, pull it up and we'll just put a trunk in for now.
Okay.
And then as this walls and everything come down, we can reroute it up the new partition probably.
Okay. How's it going?
Aye,
That's a cable in.
that's a cable.
Brilliant.
So we'll get this connected in temporary into that board.
You didn't have to go down that one then.
No, I can't. I'm too fat to get down that one. Like,
So from the floorboards in here, is it just going to go through the wall then?
Aye, so
Through
we'll,
this from
we'll
here.
probably we'll cut a box here, probably drill a hole down and just get it up to here.
Okay.
And then it'll be just a bit of plastic trunking just up here temporary because this wall.
Yeah. Brilliant. So this is the final stage. Everything else has been done.
It'll be coming off
Yeah.
the new plasterboard, then it'll get drilled into the partition later.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We'll just get this connected in temporary to the old board, but a new board will be going on
Yeah.
once we do the rewire.
You'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Great. Brilliant. And then this afternoon it'll be all systems go in Ivy. Okay, let's just make our way into the front bedroom, see what he's done in here. There we are, look at that, how luxurious. We've got a double socket there, yay! We've had no sockets in this room since we arrived here in May, apart from the one which is in the cupboard there for the water filter. So we've been running a extension cable all the way around here. You can see the cable there. That's been run all the way around to an extension there, and that's for our router, which goes onto the outside of the house through the wall there. So it's been a bit troublesome really. Right, that's Abby, she wants to come out. Let's just see what she's up to. I think Madame wants to come out. Here she is. Hello Abby. Hello Abby. So that's it. That's the isolation switch for Ivy, the static caravan, moving along the wall. We've got the commando switch finished. I've already plugged the caravan in actually. That's for the touring caravan, and then moving along the wall again. Nikki's put in a double socket here for the car when we move around to this side. So all in all, a good job. And at this end of the house, we've got the trunking in now, all the way up to the consumer unit. Very neat job. Yeah, we're very happy. So we've just popped back into Ivy just to check the consumer unit because Nikki's now finished in here. So that's all been wired up, which is fantastic. So let's have a quick look and I'll show you what he's been doing. I expect you remember the consumer unit's in one of the small bedrooms, the one that's going to be Noah's office. And this is what he's done. It's all been wired in nicely. So there we are. Let there be light. That puts us one step closer into moving in. Happy days. Ivy's now got electricity. We've got the 3 sockets on the side of the house we requested. And we were so fortunate that Nikki and Gary could come up at such short notice and complete the work. Fantastic. We're 2 happy people. Hopefully soon we can get the rest of Ivy completed and then we can all move in. And that is how the week unfolded. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Congratulations, you managed to get to the end. I think we're going to wrap up this week by this lovely river in the Highlands, but before we do, can I kindly remind you, if you would like me to introduce the walk and talk into the channel, I'm very happy to host it, but it all depends on you guys. Drop me a simple thumbs up or a yes and I know how to gauge it. Following on from the clip we saw earlier about the walk and talk, I just wanted to let you know that the idea is not just for me and Noah to talk about ourselves, about YouTube and about the Highlands. I also want to engage the wider community. Those people that are stuck behind 4 walls in the daytime, those people that don't have a voice, those people that also want to see some scenery. So come on guys, let's try and get the wider community involved. Also, I would like to say a massive thank you to those of you who hyped the channel last week. Surprisingly, we received notification from YouTube that we got 10 hypes on various episodes. That's just amazing. Before we go also, I would just like to remind you, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. Give it a like and make a cheeky comment and I will answer you. That's it now for this week. Just like to say thank you for watching and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.